Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we have something new for the channel. I've purchased the game Valheim. It's a game that's recently come out from Coffee Stain Studios. They're actually the same studio that produced the game. That's not right. Produced the game Satisfactory, and so I'm excited to play this one. It's gotten quite a bit of interest from lots of people around the world, and so I've decided to go ahead and add that to the channel. And I also want to invite a new friend to the channel. I now have a sponsor, so I'm going to go ahead and invite him to the channel. Go ahead and speak up.
Hi, yeah, my name is Jeremy. I'm really proud to be working with Raptor X to help produce some really good clean content.
So yeah, Jeremy reached out to me. I guess it was about 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, so we kind of worked out a little bit of a deal. We'll be doing a month-to-month kind of thing, and we're going to see how this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game here, and I've got a nice little list of questions here so that I can familiarize both myself and you guys with Jeremy and his group. And yeah, we'll go ahead and learn about them and check out Valheim at the same time. So, I guess first question is, what are you trying to achieve with Maple Burger?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a multifaceted question, right? The Maple Burger started out of a need that I had for myself.
Okay.
I moved from San Francisco to Boston. I married my now wife, and then the pandemic happened.
Right.
So I needed to find a way to combine what were now a bunch of disparate communities, split between Google Hangouts and 20 Discord servers.
Yeah.
And then about the same time I was playing Eco, and I started picking up some people there that just server hopped with me.
Right.
And the idea for Maple Burger kind of came into existence.
Okay.
Since then, we've added we're 20 to 40 active members strong now, and we are doing things like movie nights, doing giveaways for game codes, and really just trying to have a good time.
Okay. Nice. Well, it sounds like it's kind of like an organic movement. Those are always the best kinds.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So what games do you guys currently have on the server? And I guess, would you be interested in adding more of them if there are other ones that people are interested in seeing in the group?
Yeah. So right now we host 2 eco servers, one rotating 30-day server,
Okay.
with default settings, no mods, medium collab.
Okay.
And then one 6-month eco server that has a number of mods and varying activity, right?
Okay.
It goes up and down, but the goals for that are pretty grandiose.
Right.
Then we have the Valheim server, which I'm actually trying to the goal for that, since the world is so large,
Right.
I'm trying to create the largest Valheim active server in the game right now.
Okay.
We have a lot of server power being thrown at this, and
Right.
just like the eco servers, I can spin up more. I can increase the power once a day, essentially,
Okay.
or multiple times a day if needed.
Right.
And yeah, we're really trying to grow this. Outside of that, we have a Steam community around making Golf with Friends maps. And,
Okay.
as far as adding new games, we have a on our website, mapleburger.com, we have a form where you can submit requests.
Okay.
Very soon, that's going to be turned into a GitHub issues list where you can submit a request there. You can
Okay.
track whether or not it's in progress, whether or not I'm doing research to see how much CPU power it uses and how expensive it would be to run.
Okay.
And yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I guess with all this fancy technology and all that kind of the games that you're running on here, I'm sure that's not cheap. How are you guys funding all of this?
Yeah. So right now, Maple Burger is, it still sits as a pet project of mine. So it is entirely self-funded.
Okay.
There, there is a Patreon, but I wanted to stress, I really wanted to talk about this because if you go around on the website, you'll see that there's a Patreon link. There's no reason that you would need to use it. Patreon
Okay.
doesn't give you any special benefits. It's if you really love what we're doing, you want to make sure that we stay around.
Sure.
Other than that, I have more than enough budget to continue doing what I love, which is playing games with friends.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess I recently started getting more into multiplayer games myself, I guess within the last year and a half, and yeah, it's definitely more fun with friends.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so people can contribute then through Patreon. Do you have any kind of direct contributions, or no, it's just through there right now?
So I was considering it. So I actually didn't want to use Patreon at all.
Okay.
But I wanted something that people could trust.
Right.
And people just suggested using something like Streamlabs donations, but then they take a chunk.
Sure.
And then other people suggested just using PayPal, but that doesn't give off an air of
Trustworthiness.
like, reliability.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
So we're working on that in general.
Okay.
I think another decent way to do it is to just, if you're in the Maple Burger Discord server, until we find something else, just nitro boost it for a month.
Okay.
And that's more than enough to pull people in.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay, so where is the server then physically located? As far as ping and all that kind of stuff is going to be concerned.
Yeah. So again, that's another kind of nuanced question because it depends on the players who play it.
Okay.
I generally run surveys. At least that's what I've done so far for both the Valheim servers and the Eco servers, to see what the average ping was and a general location of the players who serve that or that are being served that ping.
Right.
And I would generally try to move it towards a central location. That's
Okay.
actually, since we're split amongst Texas, parts of Canada, San Francisco, and the East Coast, that was Chicago. That was the closest that I can get to everyone. But if we have a game that is primarily East Coast, it'll be New York based. If it's primarily in like the Asias, then
Right.
It'll be an Asian server.
Okay.
It really depends.
Nice. So a little bit more active and able to be modified if necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. I take pride in my data collecting capability.
Sure.
So generally, and that's for any game like I know we're about to talk about this as well, but if I see that Eco is taking up 150% of its resources because of huge player boost,
Right.
then I can reprovision it with a more powerful server during the reset.
Nice.
8 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah.
Okay. So how long has Maple Burger been a thing? How long have you guys been?
So Maple Burger started maybe about 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay.
It's funny. It started with the problem that it's trying to solve, which is it was a bunch of different friends all playing both Eco and Golf with Friends. This was before Valheim got popular, obviously, on multiple different Discord servers. And one of them ended up, the one where most of us talked, ended up getting taken down by the server owner. And this kind of came in its place. Yeah. So I would say about 3 to 4 months from like original inception, and then about a month of like Maple Burgers existed. We've had the funds allocated to do hosting and websites and everything like that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you said how many members do you guys currently have?
It's 20 to 40 active members. It really depends on the day and what events we're hosting. We had 15 people in our last movie night. Okay. Which we generally, it depends on the movie, but we'll make sure that we have the rights to have it, and then we will we actually wrote an application that lets people stream and sync movies up together.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll be on a little website that we host privately.
Okay.
But generally speaking, yeah, we have all of the rights to whatever movie we're playing.
Right. Right. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Don't want to have copyright problems.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess what are you hoping to achieve with the eco server?
Yeah. So for the 6 month, so the 30-day server, I want people to have a default eco experience.
Right.
I actually don't have any intentions for that one since it is so short-lived.
Yep. Yep.
But for the 6 month, the primary goal is to have not just an active economy, but a unique a group of economies.
Okay.
The world is the largest that you can build, which right now is 4K.
Okay. Yep.
And with that, there are a bunch of areas that you can go and create your own country.
Right.
Realistically speaking, for the players that exist right now, we're trying to create as many large government projects as we can, and we're trying to build a massive, unique world, right?
Okay.
And that will, since the goal isn't progression, you're not trying to destroy a meteor.
Right.
The goal is to, build the prettiest things you can.
Okay.
And to, keep the experiment going, because
Sure.
at its base level, eco is an experiment, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What can people do to keep the economy alive if that is the goal of the game, which I think it is.
Right.
And that is like if you have to take a skill just to make sure that people can still do their jobs, do that. If you need to mine just so the government can build roads, do that.
Right.
But with that, in addition to big government projects like building a citadel, essentially,
Okay.
on Government Island, I plan on having prettiest house contests
Okay.
for any of the new players that come in. So outside of the big player group that we have right now, which is essentially anyone who helped us get to the place where we are now, where we have like reinforced concrete and ashlar and stuff like that, stuff that you need to build the pretty houses.
Right.
Anybody who's coming in after that can enter their houses into this contest to win real prizes and
Nice.
Generally just show off their design skills.
Sure. Neat. Okay. So you mentioned a website. What is that again? So people can go to that if they want to get more information.
Yeah, so it's a bit bare bones right now. I'm the only one working on it, unfortunately, but you can go to mapleburger.com.
Okay.
It's mapleburger.com. That will have a link to the Discord, so you can join the Discord. It has current server status for all of the almost all of the servers that we host. I'm still working on getting the small eco one up since it's so short-lived. It's actually a bit hard to nail it down. But,
Sure.
And then any other servers that we have will pop up there automatically.
Okay.
And eventually it's going to have like average uptime. It'll have average number of players, which doesn't currently work for Valheim, unfortunately, but that's a work in progress.
Sure.
And then it'll have graphs for eco, since I can mine data like number of blocks.
Sure.
Like picked up per day. I'll have graphs based around that. So that's something cool that people can look at.
Okay.
And then it has links to the donation page and to the game request page as well.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess now for some more personal questions. What kind of games do you personally enjoy playing?
Yeah. I spend probably way too much time playing strategy games.
Okay.
I've put hundreds of hours into eco already.
Okay.
And I think I put a couple thousand hours into Factorio.
Oh wow.
Stellaris. Yeah, it's been years on these types of games, and we've done massive experiments in Factorio to see if we can like get 100 people to like coexist on a Factorio server. Turns out it just can't handle it at all, no matter how much power you throw at it.
Right.
But I've been playing games like these since I was a kid.
Okay.
Harvest Moon was my first simulator, world simulator game.
Right.
And it kind of exploded from there. Yeah.
Nice. Alrighty. Well, I guess that was
Yeah.
kind of short-lived. I've just died for the first time in
Oh
in
my
Valheim.
Wait, what was it? Was it a tree? Fall damage or a
Yeah,
monster?
tree dropped on me.
Yep.
Gotta watch out for those, apparently.
Yeah. They tend to target you
Yeah.
sometimes, which is kind of
Feels
funny.
like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and if you'd like, I can actually give you a tour of the buildings that I know about, at least.
okay, sure.
Yeah, if you press M on your map,
Yep,
or to open your map rather,
yep.
you can select to show yourself to other players,
Okay, yep.
and then
There
I'll
we
be
go.
able to see you. Yep.
Okay,
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're right by the starting point. You're actually
Yep.
right by Val Kilmer, which is another player on the server.
okay.
Hi. I'll walk over to you really quick. It's actually going to take me a minute, so
Sure.
you have time to recover your items and whatnot.
Yeah, and I've grabbed those, so
Okay.
I'll harvest some more logs while I'm at it. And there we go.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
getting it back.
I do like that fact that you can drop a tree on yourself. I mean, obviously it's a bit inconvenient, but realistic
there's
at least.
actually so there's a fun way to get. So I'm not sure if you've seen the white trees, the birch trees.
Beech or birch?
Might be the beach. Actually, let me see. I just passed by one. So there are white trees. I'm walking up to one right now. It is. Oh, it is the birch. Yeah. So the
Okay.
birch tree.
Yep.
Since you can't chop it with the stone axe, what I generally do is I try to drop other trees on it.
Okay. Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, or you can just roll it against. You can roll it against other trees until it breaks up, and that's
Okay.
been the only way that I could build furniture because I still can't find what are called surtling cores.
Okay.
To build a furnace, to build
Okay.
a smelter rather. Yeah, that's the life now. I've mastered killing trolls,
Yeah.
but I can't make a real weapon
Yeah.
in the Stone Age, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. I know how that goes. I spent much time in eco actually when I was first starting out in the Stone Age, using stone tools and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's funny. I played I played through quite a few servers, and I always end up getting pigeonholed into I don't even know, like agrarian style skills, right? Whether
Okay.
it's farming or tailoring or hunting.
Yep.
And finally, on this big server, I've gone oil
Okay.
oil drilling,
drilling.
but but I don't have smelting, so I'm spending way too much money on iron so I
Behind the
can
barrels.
make the barrels. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
That sounds perfect.
I almost always take smelting and iron working on mine. So mining and smelting is generally the way I go. I find I particularly like that profession.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I think on the next, after this 6 month rundown, I'm probably gonna end up going with it. Although there's
Okay.
not really a limit to the number of stars you can get on this server.
Right.
Yeah, it just increases in time.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, eventually I'll end up going smelting, but I would rather buy it from any of the new players that come in.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
But, have you looked up yet, by the way?
Looked up, as in
Yeah, have
like
you
to
looked
see
up?
the giant tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I noticed that the
thing-
first time in. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's part of the world tree.
Yeah, it's funny because something that they're doing, if you look around, the game is actually pretty low poly. Like
Right.
it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
But then you look up and you see what is just the most detailed,
Yeah.
object that I've ever seen. Like
Right,
it's
right.
massive,
Yeah.
and they do such a good job, like blurring your focus around it.
Right. Yeah. So you can't see it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things. It's funny. The farther away stuff is, the prettier it looks because all these pixels that you can see kind of get blended together.
Right.
But it leads to some really beautiful scenes. They did a great job making, even though it's randomly generated, there are real, real beautiful places.
Yeah. Yeah. I first loaded into the game and everything. Oh, there we go. I've hit an open patch. Oh wow. That is neat.
hopefully I'm not bringing enemies to you.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No.
That's really quite interesting.
And the game is incredibly complex in the same, not in the same ways as Caroline Munro. Somebody has died apparently.
Uh-oh.
So it's not. It's as it has some of the same complexities that Eco has, but it in some ways it's more common sense driven than Eco.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's obvious. The Surtling core thing to make the smelter is not super obvious, but you have a pretty good idea of what you need to make, like upgrades, what you need to make weapons.
Okay. More
yeah.
intuitive.
So, yeah, I'm walking up to you right now. I don't have a torch on me. That is rather unfortunate. Let me
I've got one.
build one.
Oh, there we are.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. Hello.
Hello, hello. Oh, wow. Very nice
yeah.
clothes.
Would you like to be brought to civilization?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. We're actually going to go down this way. I've built a couple of bridges.
Okay.
So I can run you through the basics of the game as well if you'd like. I'm not sure how much you got to play before.
Probably about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. So you already have an axe. That's kind of like the very first step. Once you figure that out, you can figure out everything else.
Right.
One very important part is I should be able to defend you from anything over here. So we can mess around in this area and build some stuff once we get to the meadows. So yeah, if we... Oh, there's already a tree chopped down here. So if... Oh, that one's too hard too. So if we chop down one of these trees...
Mm-hmm.
Go. Watch yourself, timber.
Oh, wow. Epic destruction.
Exactly. And look, that tree that I couldn't break, I think... I don't know what type
knocked
of
it
tree
over as well.
Yeah, knocked it over, and since
And
another
broke it up a
2
little.
or 3 trees fell on it, it broke it in half, which is half the battle.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah. So the first thing that you really need to do once you break one of these logs and you get your wood from it, you're going to need a hammer if you don't already have one.
Okay.
Yep, which you can get in your
There we
tab crafting menu. Actually, we have a little... This is our original settlement over here.
Okay.
If you want to build... we generally don't use this one anymore, although we had some pigs. Oh, the pigs got let out. Yeah, hadn't seen them in a while. But yeah, so for here, this tends to be like the beginner area anyways.
Okay.
But with your hammer, you can build a crafting bench.
Okay,
Do it
yep.
somewhere relatively flat, maybe right here. Yeah.
See,
And then,
that's
so for the crafting bench, it allows you to, without anything else, it allows you to build structures.
Okay.
But you can't use the crafting bench to generate tools and things like that until you build a structure around it. It needs to be covered in some way.
Okay.
Yeah. So to do that with your hammer out, you hit right click.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Yep. So from here, if you right click again, you'll see buildings.
Okay. Yep. Building. There we go. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna throw down a fireplace so you can stay warm. Watch out, fireplaces will hurt you if you step in them. But
I would assume so, but
yeah. In the same way that trees fall on you and stuff. But yeah, this allows you to build flooring and basic structures.
Okay.
For being out and about, the most basic structure that you can build around the work table is going to be a wall in the behind with a 45-degree angle above it, and then a 26-degree angle attached to that.
Okay.
That's important because when you're in the middle of nowhere and you need to repair your tools, this is the only way that you can do it. You have to build a structure around a workbench. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, it doesn't have to be a house, but having a roof over it with a wall at least behind it will solve the problem for you. It actually depends on the wind angle, so the wall has to protect it from the direction the wind's coming in at the time.
Okay.
But, yep.
Interesting.
It's a lot of information. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Why you'd need to protect a workbench, I'm not sure, but
I think you just have to be you have to be sheltered to work on the work table.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah, yeah. It's you.
yeah,
You're
yeah, and to
taking
be
care of.
sheltered, you have to be protected from the wind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then one thing you're going to notice very soon is as you're building things, maybe not here. Take a look. Quality, yeah. So all of these are fine, right? They are safe to build on. As they turn red, which you'll see soon,
Mhm.
that means that they're no longer safe to build on. When you build
Okay.
on top of them, anything attached would break off, and
Okay. Structure
you'd lose.
decay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
it's not just structure decay; it needs to be supported, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I won't take them. Why is a high level enemy coming to attack you? Eh. Sorry, killing some people over here. We're running some
That's all
crowd
right.
control. Yeah, yeah. So you can build the house once you have a roof over it. You should be able to use it. I'm assuming this still, yeah. So it needs a roof. Um, and once you have that, you can look into building more complex uh, things. You'll actually, as you build over this, you should get a list of items that you can build now, like the tunic that I'm wearing, or the pants that I'm wearing, or the um, uh, cape that I have.
Okay. Let's see here. Another wall. Boy, the snapping points are not very.
You have to. So
Be
you,
right on the edge there.
yeah. If you look around at the other side of it, it's easier. But actually, I have a decent trick for you. It's if you want to check out where I'm standing.
Okay.
So if you want to build in a weird place, let's say I'm trying to build a bridge, right?
Yep.
I can't snap to the end of this. There's no way.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can see what I'm trying to build, but I can't snap to the end of this thing. So what you do is you build a piece on top of it halfway,
Okay.
and then for whatever reason the game lets you snap there, and you delete the one halfway. All of
Oh,
the
okay.
two perfectly aligned boxes that are generally supported.
Uh-huh.
As you remove that middle piece, this one will then be supported by gravity, right? So it'll let
Okay.
me build here.
Right.
Or if you're not building over water because you can't build while swimming, you
Okay.
can just walk in front of it like this.
Right.
Easy, so I'm not just building a road into your house. But it's you can use that same concept building vertically when you're trying to place roofs,
Okay.
where you put something 50% of the way and then use that as a snap point.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice, but it's really useful.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Thatch roof 45.
Oh man, this is like a very aesthetic little hut you got going on. I think the first couple that I built were not that. I built legitimate lean-tos.
Yeah.
I can collect some more wood for you as well. You're doing
Missing
that.
requirement. What am I missing?
You're missing wood, most likely. That's
Okay.
actually that's why I was
Probably.
wanting to go get you some. I assumed
Okay.
that you were missing it. I need to eat myself. There we go. I can also run you through how eating works. 'Cause
Okay.
it is a bit different. So, have you eaten anything yet?
In my single player world, I'd eaten a couple of raspberries.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. So let me throw you some honey. I want to show you how the. So, oh, you're over there, farming trees. Oh, there you go.
Trying to get a couple more branches because my axe broke.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Which is, yeah, and then I know when I first started playing this game, I didn't realize you could repair things. So
Okay.
I had about 30 or 40 axes, all broken. And then they started littering the ground. Before I
Okay.
realized that once you have a roof over your repair
Yep.
shop, you can actually, or your workbench, you can actually repair things.
Oh,
Very
okay.
useful.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, you can also punch these trees right here, so you don't need your axe. The
Like
small
the little
trees, you can just
trees?
punch.
Okay.
Which is a bit more reliable than finding the branches.
Sure.
Although this little beginner area right by the spawn generally has a lot of branches and stones in it.
Yeah. I guess that was my thing with the single player. I was running around like, okay, where do I find some tools?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't explain that, but you know, maybe they're waiting for you to get so frustrated that you end up punching a little tree.
Yeah,
And
could be.
you figure it out.
Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah. Let me throw you some food. I have some wood on me. I should have enough to build you something. But I'm gonna throw some food on the ground. Give me a moment. Stack.
I've got some dandelions and mushrooms.
I don't know what. I still am not exactly sure what to do with the dandelions.
Seeds and resin.
You should have just picked up 2 honey. I'm also gonna throw you.
Yes. Yep.
2 meat. Sorry, that went in the opposite direction there over here. So if you right-click on each of those individually, while looking at the bottom left side of your screen, near your health bar, you will see both of them pop into the slot.
Okay.
Each food has an amount of time that it lasts before it disappears from your system, and you can only have one of each specific food in your system at a time. You can eat 1 honey, and you can eat 1 meat, or you could eat 3 separate types of berries, but you can't have 2 raspberries in there.
Okay. Food balance.
It's some sort of food balance. There's not any specific additions to it yet, but I know that the next update is focused around home and food.
Okay.
So in the next update, I assume that there's going to be something about, something about how the food interacts with the player, or maybe new recipes.
Nice.
I'm actually, so I farmed some wood for you. I'm going to build some wood stacks next to your apartment in some relatively aesthetically pleasing way.
Okay. So is there anything else then? I guess, here we go, a couple more questions. Is there a specific age range that you're shooting for I guess, the Eco or Valheim or I guess Maple Burger in general?
Yeah, so there was never meant to be. I know we have a couple people with their kids that come on, especially into the Eco server.
Okay, yep.
But generally speaking, our server, by accident, kind of fell into the 20 to 50-year-old range, demographic speaking. For the people that chose to answer those questions, it is about 60, 30, 10. So it's 60% male, 30% female, and 10%,
unidentified.
not identified.
Right.
Unidentified.
Okay.
Or not willing to identify.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, age, it really depends. Generally, we're all working class, but that's not a requirement.
Yeah.
For any concerned parents and things like that, any channels that are known to be cause a ruckus, they will be marked as not safe for work, and we will have mods in them. The mod team is actually growing pretty quickly, but we'll have mods in them making sure that things either it has an appropriate aged person in there, or that the content is appropriate for the age specified.
Okay, good.
Generally trying to make it as friendly for everyone as possible.
Okay, good. All right, and then I guess anything else that you want to share with the viewers before we wrap up the video?
So I'm actually looking through my notes. Okay. So, sorry, I had thoughts on this one, but it feels a bit bizarre to say out loud.
Okay.
But yeah, Maple Burger is not just meant to be a way to combine your Discord servers, or to cut down on the empty servers that you have, or the 1 to 2 person servers. It's kind of a place to explore, and it's a place to learn about people's different people in different professions. It's funny.
Sure.
I've had conversations with mail workers talking about their job during the pandemic. I've had conversations. There's 1 or 2 full-time leather workers in the channel as well.
Oh, neat.
That live on different sides of the U.S. and they end up having conversations that are very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's become kind of a place to explore, meet new people that all seem to like the same, or relatively the same things as you.
Yeah.
And just play games and have fun.
Neat.
is all what we're trying to do anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, very nice. Alrighty, well, I think we've gone about 35 minutes or so here, so I think I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for joining me on this one, Jeremy, and hopefully in the next video that we do together we'll be able to jump over to the Eco server and kind of go over what we've got going over there. And I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around and watching the video. And yeah, feel free to join us at the Maple Burger Discord or on the website, and either the Valheim or the Eco servers. I'm going to go ahead and post the links down below for all of those different locations. And yeah, if you want to meet some new friends and have a fun time, feel free to join us. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta.